Hello, Dr. Nurul Izzah, and hello, Dr. Ahgalya. My name is Muhammad Harish Haqim bin ADNAN. Today, me and my friends from Group 5 Genius from Research Methodology subject are going to present about our final project proposal title, which is about MSU eHadir, Multi-Senior Attendance Verification for Students in Management and Science University. So firstly, I'm going to introduce my group members. There are 5 group members here, which are the first one is me, Muhammad Harish Hakim bin Adnan, and the second one is AFNAN Farish bin Abdul Rahim. The third one is Ahmad AIMAN bin KHALED. The fourth one is Daniel FAYYADH bin RUDIMAN JUNAIDY, and the last one is KUVALESAN RAVICHANDRAN. So right now we are going to start our presentation with our first chapter, which is introduction. So I'm going to pass this floor to my friend Afnan Farish bin Abdul Rahim to present about the chapter 1, which is the introduction of this final project proposal. Thank you. Good luck to you, Afnan.
Hello, my name is Othman and I will be talking about introduction. For the first thing that we have for our introduction is background study. In our background study, we found and chose 8 papers which will later be discussed. From those 8 papers, we concluded that the current attendance system in MSU faces issues such as inaccurate attendance and cheat attendance. Our solution is to develop a mobile app called MSU eHadir, and this app combines 4 key technologies into one mobile application. The key technologies include QR code, facial recognition, fingerprint scanning, and geolocation. As for our problem statement, just as I mentioned just now, we have a problem with QR code vulnerabilities and lack of accuracy. MSU uses an old attendance system which are prone to vulnerabilities. Sometimes, lecturer might even need to step in and manually take attendance. This is because QR code in MSU relies on the internet connection. If we don't have internet connection, lecturers might need to take attendance manually. After that, the current methods lacks in accuracy and integrity. Some students may ask their present friend to fill in for them. This is because students may share the QR code from anywhere. If this goes on, this will hurt the credibility of attendance record. With that in mind, we came up with these research questions. Firstly, how can multi-tag integration improve attendance accuracy? Next, does multi-signal verification reduce identity or location fraud? After that, what usability challenges do students and lecturers face? For the fourth question is, how does eHadir MSU enhance admin efficiency and transparency? And lastly, our question is, what ethical or privacy issues arise with biometric and GPS data? As for our research objective, one of our objectives is to develop a multi-signal attendance mobile app that uses 4 signals, which are QR code, facial recognition, fingerprint scanning, and geolocation. After that is improving attendance accuracy. We want our mobile application to have a better accuracy by adding multiple security layers so that students have a harder time faking their attendance. Next is addressing privacy and accessibility concern. When dealing with these kinds of mobile app, we need to prioritize students' privacy first. Lastly is improving attendance transparency. We would like our mobile application to allow students to see their attendance in real time to see whether or not their attendance has been registered. And I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Afnan Farish. My name is Muhammad Harish Hakim bin Adnan. So today I am going to present about the literature review, which is the second chapter of this current study. So this is the summary table for the literature review. So the first article we have the YIDIS, which published a paper from year 2025. So the key findings are there are multi-layer of authentication, QR code, face recognition, live synchronization, GPS, Flutter, and Firebase database. So the relation to the current study is that it combines all the features such as the QR code, face recognition, GPS, live synchronization into the cloud Firebase database, which highlight the best practice that can be implemented inside the MSU eHadir mobile application. So the second article we have Ike Borgheim and other authors also. It they published a research paper on the year 2023. So the key findings are they are GPS, facial authentication, and Android operating system. So the relation to the current study is that like MSU eHadir app concept which are mobile attendants using phone camera to do face recognition and GPS tracking, which can highlight the portability and efficiency of our MSU eHadir mobile app. So the third author, which is Haqim Baba today and others author also. So they published a paper on the year 2022. So the key findings are the geofence, facial recognition, Android and Google Map and Google API. So the relation to the current study is that it shows the benefit of integrating into geofencing with face recognition, which can be used inside the MSU eHadir app. So the next one is Usio by 4 and other author also. So they published a paper on year 2025. So the key findings are there are fingerprint authentication, Android operating system, Java programming language, and Firebase database. The relation to the current study is that it demonstrates a fingerprint recognition module scalability and security, which can enhance our MSU eHadir app more integrity attendance and more security. So the next one is Shermin Sultana and other authors, which published a paper on year 2015, which almost 10 years ago. So the key findings are location-based service, GPS, SMS notification, and Android operating system. So the relation to the current study is that it shows smartphone-only attendance via by geofence, which can informing MSU eHadir's geolocation features like adding the location proof for the students so that the attendance the attendance become more accurate and more integrity. So because it's based on location tracking. So the next one is Mustafa Mohammed and the Kamis A. Zidan. So they published a paper on year 2023. So the key findings are the animated QR codes. They use ASP.NET and Flutter programming. So the relation to the current study is that it offers a secure QR code approach for MSU eHadir system. This is because the QR code that they provided, which means that every seconds the QR code inside there is keep changing. So every 1 second it change into a new one, so that it blocks the QR code to be forwarded to someone else. So if the QR code forward to someone else, then they still need to scan the new QR code because the QR code is rechangeable every second. So this will make the QR code more secure and less cheat for the students, especially in MSU student class systems, attendance system. Okay. The next one is Oluwa Milola Oshin and other authors. Published a paper on year 2025. The key findings are facial recognition, biometrics, and AWS, also known as Amazon Web Services. So the relation to the current study is that it validates feasibility of face authentication for attendance and not need to mitigate the environment and privacy issues. It means that it uses face recognition for attendance integrity and attendance accuracy, but also the concern with privacy issues that need to collect data about the face patterns for each users that use this attendance system. And the second last one is the Miss K. Sanya and other authors also published a paper on this year, which is 2025. So the key findings are it use QR codes and Google Maps API. So the relation to the current study is that combining QR code and GPS system for classrooms, which can show how MSU eHadir geolocation can replace the current QR-based attendance system in MSU now. So with the approach, MSU eHadir can implement QR code, QR code scanning and GPS tracking, so that the attendance for each student have more integrity and accuracies, instead of relying on just scanning the QR code, just like the current system in MSU now. So the last one, which is the last author, is that Darshana Ben and other authors, which published a paper on year 2024. So the key findings are there are face recognition, attendance monitoring, and using Python programming language. The relation to the current study is that it demonstrates a simple face recognition method for mobile app attendance system, which means that it developed a mobile app system, but it only it used a simple face recognition method inside the mobile app itself. This means that it's still not enough for us to use only face recognition on our system. So, but it still relate to our current study, which we can take it as a reference and put it inside our mobile app. So all of this reference paper, reference paper here, can provide us the ideas to create a MSU attendance system app for students that combine QR code, face recognition, fingerprint recognition, and GPS tracking, which can enhance the accuracy and integrity of the attendance, which can avoid attendance fraud and attendance cheating in the future of MSU student attendance system. So that's all for the literature review, and that's all for the chapter 2. Now I'm going to pass to KUVALESAN to present about the chapter 3 and his flowchart. Thank you.
Good morning or good afternoon, Dr. Nurul and Dr. Ahgalya. Today I'll be presenting my part, chapter 3 is neurology. It's a flowchart. So the first one is start, which is where the process begins. And next is background studies, where this phase anchors the discussions by focusing on synthesis around the role of attendance in academic integrity and student engagement. It provides the background at MSU and inadequacies of current systems leading to motivation for innovations. The problem statement is clearly established the fundamental problems, tampering of QR codes, inefficiency of taking manual roll call, and its possibility of standalone biometric systems to verify physical attendance. It also tackles technical and ethical issues and such as device constraints and privacy. Next, we move on to the research questions, where what are the potential enhancement and accuracy in the attendance using biometric or GPS technology, and what are if there any vulnerabilities of the user varied attendance system. They define scope and direction of the research. Next, what are the research objectives? We create a unique app that is very secured, which improves efficiency and privacy considerations and improve transparency. These goals act as a measure of the system performance. Next, the literature review. Demonstrate the problem and the gaps with the QR and manual and biometric systems. It further highlights local constraints in Southeast Asia, such as the device variety and privacy awareness. Next is the distribution of questionnaires, where analysis. First of all, a distribution of a questionnaire to target respondents to gather their opinions about the current student attendance system in MSU. Next is the analysis, where we analyze biometric accuracy, GPS precision, and compatibility in using different devices like Android or iOS. A risk analysis is performed for the ethical treatment of the sensitive data. Next is design, where we explain about the app structures for biometric SDK or GPS and APIs, and security protocols. Each of ease of use and accessibility should be emphasized for adoptions. Next, development. Our MSU eHadir have is developed with Android Studio, X and Xcode, which includes biometric SDKs and GPS to ensure security of location-based attendance. The information is encrypted, access is through tokens, and the interface is adapted to device accessibility. Next is we have move on to implementation. The process implementation. The project is implemented in some classes. You get trained and get feedback back to you to optimize usability and performance. This phase to make sure the system operates in the real academic context of use. Evaluation monitors effectiveness and measures with metrics like attendance and accuracy, time save, fraud reductions, and satisfaction. Qualitative insights are drawn from questionnaires and interviews with privacy compliance examined. Next is expected outcomes. Describe the expected effects, which are less fraud, greater fairness, simpler processes, and more scalable architectures. It establishes MSU eHadir as a benchmark for the next generation of attendance systems in higher education. Next, the end processes have ended. And that's all from me. I'll be passing, thank you, Dr. Nurul, and Dr. Glenn, I'll be passing to Danny.
Thank you, Kuva, for passing the presentation to me. Good evening, Dr. Ahgalya and Dr. Nurul Izzah. My name is Daniel FAYYADH bin RUDIMAN JUNAIDY, and I will continue the Chapter 3 presentation by talking about methods of data collection, sampling, sources of data set, tools and materials, and we'll end it with a discussion. So let's start with methods of data collection first. We use a mixed methods approach, combining both quantitative and qualitative data to evaluate the system's effectiveness, reliability, and user experience. For the quantitative data, we distributed structured surveys to students and lecturers. So these surveys included close-ended questions and Likert scale items to measure three key areas: accuracy, usability, and also satisfaction. We also analyzed system-generated logs, and these logs provided objective metrics such as authentication success rates, time taken, efficiency, and error frequency. We track performance across QR code scanning, face recognition, fingerprint recognition, and GPS tracking. To complement these findings, we conducted semi-structured interviews with selected faculty members and IT administrators. These interviews help us explore deeper insights like implementation challenges, institutional compatibility, and user perceptions. By combining these methods, we have gained a comprehensive understanding of both the technical and human dimension of the system. So next, let's talk about sampling. We use a purposive sampling strategy, meaning we selected participants who were directly involved with or impacted by the attendance system. We engaged approximately 50 students from various faculties to ensure diverse feedback. And these students tested the system and shared their thoughts through surveys and interaction logs. And we also included around 10 lecturers who regularly take attendance, and their feedback help us understand how the system fits into existing academic workflows. And finally, we also brought in 5 IT administrators. They provided technical insights on system deployment, maintenance, and also data security. The targeted sampling allowed us to gather relevant contextual data for a thorough evaluation. So next, I'll be talking about sources of dataset. Our dataset was built from 3 main sources. Number 1, system logs. These were generated during the pilot phase and include timestamps for authentication events, QR code scans, fingerprint recognition, geolocation data, and facial recognition success rates. So this gives us a solid quantitative foundation to assess operational efficiency and also reliability. So next, survey responses collected from students and lecturers via platforms like Google Forms or Microsoft Forms. The data was exported typically in CSV format for statistical analysis. Next is interview transcripts. These were recorded and transcribed either manually or using speech to text tools. We then coded the transcripts and performed thematic analysis to identify common patterns and themes related to user experience and technology adoption. So all data was anonymized and securely stored in full compliance with our institution's research ethics and data protection policies. So next, let's talk about tools and materials. Let's look at the tools and materials that we have used in this project. So each tool was selected for its specific strengths and role in the system development and evaluation. So starting with the core modules first, the number one is the dynamic QR code. Module generates codes via image processing and syncs with Firebase in real time. It changes every second to prevent QR code forwarding. Next is the biometric recognition module. Uses HAR Cascade and CNN based classifiers for highly accurate verification with minimal user burden. And next is geofencing via GPS defines virtual boundaries to verify location and block proxy attendance. For data management and analysis, Firebase stores and syncs data securely in real time. The backend handles server-side logic and process management. Google Forms was also used for survey deployment and easy data extraction. And Vivo or manual coding enabled thematic analysis of interview transcripts. For development and design, Visual Studio Code served as our lightweight, extensible code editor. Figma was used for UI, UX design and prototyping. XAMPP provided a local server environment for testing. And lastly, RESTful APIs connected mobile apps to Firebase. And for mobile development, we use Android Studio as our IDE for building and testing Android apps. We use Java as the primary programming language, and Firebase authentication handled secure user identity verification. And for version control, Git and GitHub allowed us to track changes, manage versions, and collaborate effectively. So each tool played a vital role in ensuring the system was robust, secure, and user-friendly. So let's discuss the key findings and implications of the study. MSU eHadir was designed to tackle the limitations of traditional attendance system by integrating multi-factor authentication such as QR code, face recognition, fingerprint, and also geolocation. The design was informed by both institutional criteria and existing research, with a focus on improving operational efficiency, identity assurance, and reducing proxy attendance. So using surveys, system logs, and interviews, we evaluated the system from multiple angles. Feedback from students and instructors confirmed the viability of multi-factor authentication, and the results showed improvement in accuracy, dependability, and user trust. So throughout the process, we prioritize usability, security, and ethics. Every tool was chosen based on its proven strengths and relevance to our goals. Ultimately, MSU eHadir demonstrates that modern attendance verification is not only possible and not only feasible, but it is also scalable and compatible with real classroom practices. It creates a more controlled and secure environment, promoting fairness and integrity. And perhaps most importantly, it lays the foundation for future innovations in educational technology. So that is the end for chapter 3. We ended it with discussion. That is all from me. Thank you so much for listening, Dr. Nurul Izzah and Dr. Ahgalya. I will be passing the presentation to the next presenter, AIMAN.
Thank you, Remy, for passing it to me. Now, my name is AIMAN, and I will explain about Chapter 4, Expected Outcome. So, first, I will explain about functionality, where MSU eHadir is designed with 5 main functionality. The first one is multi-signal attendance verification, where multi-signal attendance verification is a combine of facial recognition, fingerprint scanning, and GPS geofencing. This makes attendance secure and prevent proxy or remote check-in. Second is real-time attendance confirmation and feedback, where the system offers real-time confirmation where students instantly receive proof of their attendance, while lecturer can monitor students through a live dashboard during class. So that is secure login and authentication system. It has a secure authentication system where attendance is protected with inscript MSU credential, biometric verification, and role-based access, ensuring only authorized users can log in. What is centralized synchronization of attendance? All attendance data is synchronized with MSU academic database. This reduce error, eliminate manual entry, and provide lecturer with detailed report for academic monitoring and decision making. Lastly is cross-platform availability and device optimization, where MSU eHadir is a cross-platform and device optimization where it works on Android, iOS, and web browser, even on low bandwidth connection and older device, making it accessible and inclusive for all students. So next slides, I will be talking about benefit. First is more accurate and reliable attendance, where MSU eHadir provide more accurate and reliable attendance unlike manual sign-in or QR scanning, which can be falsified. MSU eHadir combine biometric with GPS tracking, so this ensure only the right student can record attendance and only when they are truly in class. So second is ensure academic integrity and justice, where MSU eHadir promote academic integrity and fairness by making it nearly impossible for students to cheat or take attendance on behalf of others. The system increase responsibility and promote an equal and ethical learning environment for the student. Third is effective use of time and less administrative work, where it saves time and reduce administrative work for lecturer. So no longer need to waste valuable teaching minute on roll call or manual data entry, where attendance is automatically captured, synchronized, and report, allowing the teacher to focus on teaching and engaging students. So fourth is more student involvement and accountability, where the system encourages greater student involvement and accountability so students can instantly see their attendance status and history, helping them reflect on their participation. So this boosts responsibility, functionality, and a stronger culture of self-regulate learning for the student. Lastly is a future-ready, secure, and scalable solution, where MSARD is future-ready, secure, and scalable solution because it is a cloud-based and modular design allow easy expansion across faculty and campus with strong security measure and compliance with privacy standard. The system is good to adapt and grow alongside the university digital transformation. So that's all from me. Now I will pass it to Haqim to explain about the expected design. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahmad and Khalid. Now I'm going to present the diagram process for student using the attendance system. So this is the activity diagram for MSU eHadir system app. So firstly, the student must log into MSU eClass Mobile. Since the MSU eHadir integrate with the MSU eClass Mobile to share their authentication and login, so they go to MSU eClass Mobile. So first, they must input the student ID and student password. If the authentication success, then they will transfer to the MSU eClass Mobile homepage. If they fail, then they need to repeat the process. Uh, they can go to MSU eHadir page by clicking the button navigation. And then they have two choices, whether to submit attendance or view history of attendance. If they submit attendance, then they must scan your QR code. If they fail to scan the QR code, then the process will be repeated to scan the QR code again. If the process is success, then they can proceed to scan the student's face. So if the face unmatched, then the student need to scan the face again. If the student face match the algorithm, match the pattern, then they can proceed to fingerprint scanning. If the fingerprint unmatched, then they need to scan the fingerprint again. If the fingerprint match, then they can go. Then the system will proceed to the GPS tracking. So if the GPS is incorrect or it's not matched the pattern or the algorithm, then the mobile app will keep tracking the GPS until it was correct. If it's correct, then the system will verify the attendance. If it fails, then the student need to repeat the process from the start, which is submit attendance and the QR code. If the process is success, then they can view the details of the attendance, and then they can go to close, then the process end. So the second choice is just view history of attendance. They can choose which semester, whether the first semester, third semester, fourth semester, last semester. Then they can view a list of subjects. Then they can choose subject. Then they can view a list of attendance based on the chosen subject. So after that, they can close and the process will be end. So that's all for the activity diagram. So let's go to the expected design in the expected outcome. So this is the MSU eHadir homepage. So here we have the MSU eHadir logo, and then the page name, which is home. And then they have two buttons, which is to submit attendance or see the attendance history. Then the bottom there, we see the MSU class homepage, MSU class notification, MSU eHadir button, and then the calendar, and then the three bar, which is going to option, if I'm not mistaken. So then proceed to submit attendance by clicking this. Then we see this QR code scan and face scan interface. So this is the scan QR code interface. This is successfully scan QR code interface. Then the face scan, you can see the face bottom here. Then the successfully scan face, they will proceed to the blue tick here. And next one, you have the fingerprint scan and GPS scan. So here we have the fingerprint scan. They can tell it on the screen like this. Then it's successfully scan fingerprint. Okay. Then the GPS tracking. To the system will automatically track your GPS. Then it will say the successfully track GPS, which is on level 8 management tower MSU. After that, the system will do attendance verification, verify attendance, then attendance verified here. And then you can see in the UI here, they show the attendance details such as student ID, name, class name, code, date and time, location, authentication. The value true means that the pattern, the authentication is true, is correct. Then they can click done to close the process and end the process. The next UI, the next three UIs here, we see that choose semester. So in my case, I have two semester. I'm a progression student for diploma. So the first semester I have is semester 3 from February 2025, and the second semester, which is semester 4, which is July 2025. So I choose July 2025. Then I can see the subjects that I take for this semester, which is data science, research methodology, and software architecture, design, and testing. So, example here, I click the data science. Then I can see the list of attendance I have here. I see 4 of them. So here we have date, we have time that we submit our attendance, and the class location. So all of these UI, we use the sample sizing of Android, which is Samsung S20 Ultra. All right. So I'm going to present the last chapter, which is chapter 5, conclusion. So MSU eHadir is a mobile attendance system that use QR code, facial recognition, fingerprint, GPS, and cloud staging to improve accuracy, security, and efficiency. MSU eHadir is a mobile attendance system that use facial recognition, fingerprint, GPS, and cloud switching to the Firebase database to improve accuracy, security, and efficiency. It reduces admin work and support digital transformation in higher education. So with MSU eHadir help, we hoping that um, the the MSU the MSU team will take the role on developing this to avoid attendance fraud and attendance cheating in the future, because the current system that we use, which is QR code based attendance and manual paper writing, they can increase the fraud attendance and cheating attendance among the students, which is not fair. So by developing this app, we can improve the accuracy and integrity of the attendance. At the same time, we provide more confident attendance and no more fraudulent and cheating attendance in the future. So these are the external links for video presentation. These are the external links for video presentation. May Doctor can go to this Google Drive link or OneDrive link. I provide two different links here. And then this is our poster. You can see the poster here. All right. I thank you very much. There's the last slide. That's all from the group 5 Genius for final project research methodology. Thank you, Dr. Nurul Izzah binti Othman, and thank you, Dr. Ahgalya Subbiah, for listening to our final project presentation. We hope that our final project presentation provide valuable insight and information to both of you. That's all for us. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone to whoever is watching this. Thank you so much. Bye bye.